So what an interesting lineup we've got for race 31. You should have turned your program over to page 11 where you'll see the 500cc solo. Top of the points at the moment from two rides. Number 16, Tim Nobes. He goes in this one. Number 15 goes with him though. He's on the next gate to him. That's Martin Sturgeon. Richard Smith goes in this one. He's had a win and a second place, number 33. And Thomas Cooper and Paul Derrick. Well, as you see, reserve Chris May is brought in once again, and Martin Sturgeon made a tremendous start. Well, Martin Sturgeon got away from the start and he's gone a long way round, but he's got to the front. Tim Nobes is in second place at the moment, very quick into that bottom turn. But look at Martin Sturgeon getting away. Richard Smith is right up on the inside of Tim Nobes now. He's putting pressure on him. So Richard Smith in third place. Tim Nobes looks over his shoulder, knows he's got pressure in that second place, but chases after Martin Sturgeon, who really has got away from the rest of the field. Well, he's decided to stay wide. It's a very big gamble. He's riding a very quick circuit, but a very wide circuit. But it certainly seems to be paying off at the moment. As he stays wide once again, he just stays inside those outside markers. One more lap to go. And Tim Nobes has no answer to him at the moment. Still stays there in that second place. And this is a terrific ride from Martin Sturgeon as he goes into the pit bend for the last time. Again he stayed wide, he's quick, but he's over wide this time. Oh, you can see that Tim Nobes went with him as well. That obviously looks to be the quickest line round there. The line for race 32, so I think we'll take this one and I'll give you the result of race 31. Because, very importantly, we've got number 125, Martin Williams, out there in this one, and he leads as he goes down the back straight. Mitch Godden had a win second time out in what was third place, but he's looking for second and Mitch puts it down. He was trying to hold it in just a little bit tighter, and the rider in second place, he's quickly got himself up on his feet and pushes out to the side, but Martin Williams stays in front. Martin Williams it is that looks over his shoulder. He's got Rodney McDonald in second place. Dave Mears in third place at the moment. Very disappointing for Mitch Godden. Pushes his bike back to the pit, watches what's going on. As you can see, Martin Williams starts to take the tail enders now. Rodney McDonald still there in second, Dave Mears in third, Matt Etherington in fourth. And as the checkered flag is prepared, that means that Martin Williams has had 2 wins and a second. We should be seeing him in that big final. So we're getting the result for race 32 prepared. Let's give you the result of race 31. It was from the top. Number 7, 4 points. Number 15, 10 points. Number 16, 8 points. Number 33, 6 points. Number 52, 3 points. Number 117, 1 point. 153, no score. And 5 points for number 4, the reserve John Jeffries, and 2 points for 59, Chris Pay. The winning time was 113.9, 66.39 the average speed. So the point points for race 32. We start with number 5, Matt Etherington, 5 points. Number 9, Mitch Godden, no score. Number 14, Rodney McDonald, 8 points. Number 19, Dave Mears, 6 points. Number 24, 3 points. Number 102, 2 points. 111, David Evans, 4 points. Martin Williams, a maximum 10 points. The winning time was 1:16.29. 1:16.29. 64.31 they averaged. So race 33 it is, and I'll quickly pick up the leaders for you, as it is indeed number 711 Darren Pugh, number 25 I think that is Charlie Saunders, who's in second place. Well, the two of them go into that pit turn together. Charlie Saunders a slightly tighter line coming into the bend, but Darren Pugh has kept the lead. Charlie Saunders again attacks on the entrance of the bend. Darren Pugh moves out of the way, and Charlie Saunders gets the lead. And he's got himself back out in front. He now, oh indeed, just as I was about to say, he looks very comfortable. He picks up a bit of grip in that middle bend. Shot him out to the outside flags. Darren Pugh, I think, is looking at him thinking, well, you can get on with that guy. I'm going to stay where I am in that second place. And Charlie Saunders it is that comes round to take the checkered flag. Darren Pugh a good ride in second place. Number 47, Jason Hilliard, finishing in third. Race 33, we stay with the 500 solos. The official result of that race means that number 12, Chris Watts, gets 4 points. Number 13, Rob Watts, gets 5 points. 23, Edward Kennett, no score. 25, Charlie Saunders, maximum 10 points. 47, Jason Hilliard, 6 points. 75, Lee Street, no score. 114, Stuart Mears, no score. 200, Scott Criswell, no score. 711, the reserve Darren Pugh, 8 points. We now turn our attention, no we don't, I haven't given you the time yet, we'll give you the time for race 33, it was 1:18.62, averaging 62.41, 1:18.62, 62.41. The 1000cc sidecars, we're looking for the third leg rides. The overall points at the moment mean that from 2 rides, number 92, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott, the only maximum point scorers, 20 points. Closest to them, number 25, Colin Blackbourn on 18, number 5, Matt Fumarola on 18. Mark Warren is on 16 points, 88, Jenny Brill is on 14 points. Any of those going in this one? Well, as they get underway, I was going to say there's other riders that have had wins earlier on today, and one of those is John Hiscock, who had a win first time out, number 184. He gets to the lead. Mark Cossar chases after him as they go up that back straight. Mark Cossar holding second, but it's all very, very tight for that second place. There's outfit number 80, Will Penfold and Andy Wood are holding third spot. Now Mark Cossar is looking to have an attack to get through on the inside, and he goes up the inside of John Hiscock. John tries to respond, and comes back at him and tries to go through on the inside as he comes in the entrance of this top bend. Mark Cossar knows he's there, he's trying to keep the speed on coming down this finishing straight. Gets a better line into the pit bend, so it looks as if he has got that lead now. But John Hiscock trying to stay with him as the two of them go up that back straight, following each other now into that top bend. One more lap to go, and Mark Cossar showing the disappointment of not scoring in his first ride. There is a possibility that over 4 rides to qualify, missing one score, you may still get into the final. And Mark Cossar's certainly going the right way about it, because he's now made that his second win of the afternoon. So race 34, we start the third leg rides for the sidecars. Number 7, Paul Johnson and Russell Little, no score. Number 37, Mark Cossar and Tristan Winterburn, 10 points. Number 80, Will Penfold and Andy Wood, 6 points. 99, Pete Colvin and Steve Colvin, 5 points. Number 184, John Hiscock and Simon Beanie, 8 points. 514 Ryan Partridge and Anthony Grant, no score. The winning time was 118.38, 62.60 the average speed. So it looks as if we've got 5 outfits only, but we've got Rob Wilson right on the inside who needs to score better to be sure of a place in the final. He's got himself to the final, has he? Matt Fumarola's gone round the outside. Now Matt Fumarola is actually on 18 points from 2 rides. Can Rob Wilson stay in front? He goes in very, very quickly into that top turn. Matt Fumarola's let him go, and he's come through on the inside. Well, that was a brilliant piece of riding from Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson. They can see exactly what Rob Wilson was doing. He was so quick into that top bend. It pushed him hard and wide on the exit, and Matt Fumarola got the speed on quickly and got underneath him. Well, can Rob Wilson do the same thing to Matt Fumarola? He sits there in second. Jamie Bree is sitting there in 3rd place at the moment. All eyes, I'm sure, on those front 2 because Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson have scored well so far this afternoon, a win and a 2nd place. As they come off the top turn, they'll see the last lap flag. Rob Wilson not scoring so well, he's on 12 points from 2 rides. And as he goes up that back straight, you see they've opened the gap between 2nd and 3rd. I don't think it's by any means over for that win, but as they come towards the checker flag, it's now looking as if it's going to be, and it is Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson. Rob Wilson in 2nd place, Jamie Bree in 3rd, Mark Warren in 4th. So, race 35 with the 1000cc sidecars, and 2nd win of the afternoon for outfit number 5, Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson, maximum 10 points. Number 8, Phil Sims and Gareth Bemister, 4 points. Number 24, Rob Wilson and Terry Saunders, 8 points. Number 88, Jamie Bree and Ben Whitelam, 6 points. 124, Mark Heatley and Martin Davis, no score. 306, Mark Warren and Steve Henderson, 5 points. 119.02 was the time, 62.09 they averaged. As we look at race 36 in your programme, the last of the third, the qualifying race for the sidecars, and quite an important one from the point scorer's perspective because Paul Whitelam goes in this one, Miles Simmons goes in this one, and so does Colin Blackbourn. And at the moment, you can see that we've got a split because we can see coming off the front is Roy Spreadbury, who's in number 43, but Paul Whitelam's gone through. Miles Simmons is sitting there in 3rd place, wants to make it 2nd, but you can see he's close again to Roy Spreadbury as he gets up into 2nd place. Paul Whitelam's getting away though, and I'm sure that Miles Simmons and Vince Jones are conscious of that. They can see that Paul Whitelam has got the speed on coming off that top turn. Colin Blackbourn is back in 4th place at the moment. So Colin Blackbourn, number 25, had a win 2nd time out, 2nd in his 1st ride. He's sitting back in 4th place at the moment. So 1 more lap to go for Paul Whitelam, who's the only outfit, as I mentioned, on maximum points this afternoon. Everybody else has been taking points off each other, but Paul Whitelam has had 2 rides and 2 wins. Goes up the back straight looking very comfortable. Into the top turn he comes. He'll see the checker flag this time. Miles Simmons gets close, but not close enough. Paul Whitelam takes maximum 10. So let's give you the points that were scored then in race 36. It's from the top, number 3, Andy Gribble and Dave Williams, 4 points. Number 9, Miles Simmons and Vince Jones, 8 points. Number 25, Colin Blackbourn and Paul Whitelam Jr., 5 points. Number 43, Roy Spreadbury and Garth Little, 6 points. Number 80, Will Oppen, no score. Number 92, Paul Whitelam and Elliott, they retain the maximum, 10 points. No score for Tony Penfold, and 3 points scored there for the reserve, number 30, Stephen Blythe and Jason Gill. 119.02, 62.09, and identical scores in the last one. 119.02, 62.9. We quickly turn our attention back to the left-hand sidecars, who are right at the front of your programme. They are, after 3 rides now, of course, this going into their final qualifying ride, and Martin Cuff it is that's gone through the programme on a maximum. I was going to say he's comfortably leading now, but it isn't so comfortable, is it? Because you can see that we've got other outfits close to him, but he certainly has got the lead. Martin Cuff and Steve North on 30 points from 3 rides, leading in their 4th ride. It's all changed in 2nd place. Danny Holman and Paul Stuybrits in there well, it was 2nd place, that's changed again. Well, it's all changed for that 2nd, 3rd and 4th. But Martin Cuff staying out of the trouble, staying out in front. Well, Danny Holman it is, has still got that 2nd. Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw fighting all the way for it. They sit in 3rd place, and they're under pressure themselves. But as we see the checkered flag being made ready, this is going to make it 4 out of 4 for outfit number 128. That is Martin Cuff and Steve North. So race 37, the last qualifying ride for those sidecar outfits, and the points scored are for number 22, Will Penfold, 8 points. Number 97, Mike O'Donnell, 4 points. 113, Mike Downs, 5 points. 123, Billy Penfold, 3 points. 126, Danny Holman, 6 points. 128, Martin Cuff and Steve North, 10 points. So we go with the last of the qualifying ride for the left-hand sidecars. That's race 38, should be on pace 5. And those that are fighting with the points a little bit lower down know that they've got to have a good ride this time. Number 142 goes in this one, Terry Nicholas. He's got 28 points from 2 rides, just 2 points off the maximum. Pretty sure of a place in the final. Will Penfold we've already seen, he was on 22. Well, they get underway. And is that Terry Nicholas that's got away, but Tony Penfold has gone with him, number 25. He's sitting in 2nd spot. Terry Nicholas, who's had 2 wins and a 2nd earlier on this afternoon, looks over his shoulder. Tony Penfold, who's had an awful lot of mechanical problems earlier on today, looks as at long last he's got things going, as he's gone right the way around the outside and got himself to the front. Well, Terry Nicholas says, I don't like that too much, I'll come back at him. And Terry Nicholas again forcing Tony Penfold to go very, very wide. And I just wonder how long Tony Penfold can stay out that wide. But again, he's got the lead as he stayed out there and stayed quick. Oh, this is where we saw a change last time. Can Tony Penfold hold it tight to this time and keep the gaps closed? Nope, he's saying, well, I'll leave gaps there, but I'll keep the speed on. Oh, one more lap to go as Terry Nicholas has got the advantage going into this top turn. This is where Tony Penfold looks a bit quicker, and he's done it again. He's got round that top turn and got himself to the front. Oh, this is going to be a fascinating last turn, because will Tony Penfold hold it tighter? Well, he certainly tried to this time. He's got it spot on this time, and he comes to the line. That was a good ride from Tony Penfold and Tom Penfold. So, let's give you the point scored then for the last of the qualifying rides for the left-hand sidecars. Number 4, Andrew Evans, no score at all. Number 25, Tony Penfold and Tom Penfold, 10 maximum points. Number 76, Keith Dixon, 5 points. Number 84, Fred Kinchin, no score. Number 142, Terry Nicholas, 8 points. Number 292, 6 points. The winning time, 131.33, 131.33, averaging 53.72. I even asked the brother his name, what he was from, he got kids, man, and what's they did. He's not a love for himself, he kind of looks surprised, and anyone would even think he interested in his life. Said your brother was the only one who kind of heard from the last year, there wasn't no one get the f*** away from her. I just said the same shit, and the shit was out of So we turn our attention back to the racing, and we move to the last qualifying rides then for the upright class, the 500 solo. And race 39 in the programme. We should be on page 6, and chance to remind everybody that if you have chance to use any of the companies that sponsor the event, then please do so and let them know why you got to know of them. Well, out in front of this competition is number 63, that's Carl Russian, and we should be seeing Carl go in this one, and I suspect that's Carl that's got out in front once again. Well, looks as if all of them are trying to stay on the dry circuit on the inside. Carl it is that leads from a 152, which is Aaron Vale. And, well, Aaron being caught as he goes down that back straight. And Aaron again coming back. And he's been forced to go out onto the wet circuit. I was going to say that Aaron had fallen earlier on this afternoon when he was in a good position, and just as I was about to say it, he goes and does the same thing. Well, Carl Rushton still on maximum points. He's had 3 rides and 3 wins, and he's out in front at the moment with 1 more lap to go. Phil Creswell trying to move through inside Stuart Allen, who scored well all through the afternoon. We should be seeing them in the final. Well, of course, now that means the qualifying's over for these riders. They know that they've got to come out again, even though Carl Rushton has gone right through the programme with 4 rides and 4 wins. He's still got that 6-lap final to go. So the point scored in race 39 from number 5, Wayne Yellum of no score. Number 11, Mick Cook, 6 points. Number 43, Stuart Allen, 3 points. Number 46, John Yellum, 2 points. Number 63, Carl Russian, maximum 10 points once again. And number 78, Mark Pearson, 4 points. Number 103, Phil Creswell, 8 points. Number 152, Aaron Vale, 5 points, and the winning time, 128.44, 55.48. 128.44, 55.48. Race 40 completes the qualifying ride for the uprights. And one interesting rider who spotted all through the afternoon is this rider that's right on the outside, number 1, Pete Barker. Had obviously problems in his first ride, but he's since then had a win and a second place. A good ride here to pretty much guarantee him a place in the final. Oh, they get underway, and I'm looking for Robin Pilcher as well. You can see that Pete Barker's gone round the outside, and all sorts of problems for Pete Barker. He manages to keep Well, I was going to say, we call these things upright, and he certainly did remain upright, didn't he, when it looked as if he was going to lay it down. Well, Chris Steele going well at the front, and Robin Pilcher in second. Pete Barker trying to work his way through once again. He's sitting now in third place. I think there's a lot of nervousness about that water line. If they get a little bit far out, they're losing the back wheel. That's gradually drying out. And I think by the time we get on to the 500 solos of the regular competitors, then you might be seeing that line open up a little bit. But for the moment, this is the last qualifying ride for the 500cc uprights. And Chris Steele making the best of it. Robin Pilcher still there in second place. Pete Barker still sitting in third. One or two riders being lapped by those early runners. But as they come towards the checkered flag, Chris Steele it is that gets the win. Robin Pilcher finishing in second, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see both of those in the final. So, race 40 then, completing the qualifying rides for the 500 uprights. Number 1, Pete Barker, finishing with 6 points. No score there for number 8, a non-starter. Number 51, Kevin Beer, 5 points. Number 74, Robin Pilcher, 8 points. Number 82, Chris Steele, 10 points. Number 105, Dave Meadows, 4 points. Number 161, no score. And number 174, no score. 155, one of the reserves, is 3 points. 123.74 is the winning time, 58.59, 123.74 that winning time. That completes the scoring for the 500 uprights. We'll give you the finalists as soon as we can work them out. There obviously will be a very short interval after the 1000cc sidecars while we work out who goes in what final. But for the moment we still need the last qualifying ride from the 500 sidecars. As they get underway with race 41, after 3 rides, Sean Harvey and Keith Bird are absolutely tied, and I'm quickly looking to see that both of them go in race 42. So, more points available in race 41, as taking an early lead is number 21, Nick Radley and Abby Radley. And they were sitting third overall in the point scoring. And there's all sorts of problems on this bottom bend. And the race being brought to a halt as we had an early lead for Nick Radley, so he'll have to do it all again. So we're quickly back on the start line. Reminds you this is race 41 and they get underway very quickly. Chris Steele has made a good start. Nick Radley has equally made a good start, and Nick Radley it is that drops into the front as they go into that top turn. So 5 runners only going in this one. Unfortunately, Dean Norton and Joe Richard retiring to the pits. But Nick Radley won't mind because he's out in the lead and he's on maximum points from this one. Tony Cook back out in this one as well. He's on, at the moment, only on 13 points, so he needs to score really well in this one to have any chance of getting in the final. But Nick Radley had 3 second places, so this will do his confidence in really good to have a good win. Tony Cook has moved through in the second place. Chris Salisbury went very, very wide on that bottom turn. He's allowed Tony Cook to come through. So his new passenger Emily Coogan getting used to this racing style, as Nick Radley has a bit of a moment on that bottom turn, but gets it back on the racing line. Well, there's a little bit of pressure coming for Tony Cook in that second place, but Nick Radley making sure of this one as he goes into that bottom turn. And he comes to the line. Nick Radley gets the win. Tony Cook gets second, and it is Gary Southgate that gets third place. So, race 41, the points scored very importantly in race 41. Number 10, Tony Cook, and Emily Coughlin, 8 points for that second place. In number 21, I should say in first place, number 21, Nick Radley and Abby Radley, maximum 10 points. 44, Gary Southgate, 6 points. 123, Paul Moorcock, no score. 418, Chris Salisbury, 4 points. 971, no score, and 8, 5 points. So this is the last of the qualifying ride for the 500 sidecars, and an interesting one it should be. The time for race 41 was 122.09. 122.09, averaging 59.77. Who's going to make the best of this one, because Sean Harvey and Keith Baird have both been unbeaten so far. Well, all sorts of problems for Barry Bennett as he turns around in that first turn, but he gets the machinery going again, and it is these front two top scorers that have got away from the rest of the field. Sean Harvey and Danny Hogg leading at the moment. Keith Baird and Mark Cairns close to them. Oh, will the final be a battle between these two, because Sean Harvey will enjoy having the privilege of leading in this one. And I wonder whether Keith is thinking to himself, well, I know I've qualified if I just finish in second. Let's not burn all the bridges. We know we've got a 6-lap final to contest things. Oh, I'm looking at 77, Ronnie Stewart, and Barry Bennett would have, I think, been in a place that he was on 18 points. Oh, a bit of a moment there for Sean Harvey, but he takes the checkered flag, and he's the only one that maintains the maximum and collects 40 points overall. So, race 42, the points scored were for outfit number 4, top of the list, 8 points scored. Number 7, Barry Bennett scores 5 points. Number 72, Sean Harvey and Danny Hogg score maximum 10 points. Number 77, Ron Seward and Darren Sargent score 6 points. 124, George Penfold, no score, and 156, Alan Morgan, no score. The winning time, 121.70, 121.70. 60.05. So we now turn over the page to the 500 solo. This is the last qualifying ride. And at the moment, the top point scorers are all equal on 28 points. But really the qualification all a little bit further down. We know that we've had 3 riders going very, very quickly indeed. One of those is number 15. And that's Martin Sturgeon, who with a good ride here will be sure of a place in the final. I think he's just testing the ground a little bit further out. They've certainly got the dry surface on the inside, and I think you can see Martin just... Oh, in fact, Martin's looking over his shoulder. I'm not sure whether he's got a problem. Oh, Darren Pugh is the rider in second place at the moment. I'm pretty sure there is a problem for Martin Sturgeon. He really is slowing up and taking things very cautiously. Gareth Hickmott has pulled out in the centre green as well. And Darren Pugh just sitting behind Martin Sturgeon. I'm sure he can see also what's happening with Martin. He's going very, very cautiously. There's a big gap then to our third place rider. But eyes, I'm sure, on Martin Sturgeon, as he seems to be doing just enough. I don't know whether he's just trying the outside line to see if it is raceable, but he certainly keeps looking down at the back wheel. So race 43 then, the point score for number 7, Gareth Hickmott was 0. Number 13, Rob Watt, 1 point. Number 15, Martin Sturgeon, maximum 10 points. 23, Edward Kennett, 0. 52, Glenn Reynolds, 6 points. 111, Dyson Evans, 3 points. 117, Paul Harris, 4 points. 200, Scott Creswell, 5 points. And 711, Darren Pugh, 8 points. 125.44 was the winning time, 57.42. We move on to race 44, and quickly out and into the action is Mitch Godden, number 9, with Richard Smith, number 33. And again, watching to see where these riders go. You can see that they're just testing the track. You can see Richard Smith again got caught on the damp circuit a little bit further out. Mitch Godden stayed on the dry and come inside him. And it really is a gamble for these riders. They know that the track is going to dry out, and I think that all of them are just using this last heat to test where the switch is. Again, you can see exactly what happened there. Mitch Godden seems to have the better run out of that top turn. He goes in very, very low in this bottom turn. He's drifting out wide, and you can see the back wheel's trying to overtake the front wheel. And Richard Smith sees the advantage and comes through. Richard again has gone wide. Well, he stayed a little bit closer this time. He's allowed Mitch to get up close to him, but he's not past him this time. So Richard Smith has got to take the lead in this bottom turn, and he's gone very, very wide, and Mitch Godden takes the win. Lee Street was the rider that got that second place, which means that Richard Smith was back in third. So race 44, the last ride for these riders to get into that final. Number 9, Mitch Godden gets the maximum 10 points. 14, Rodney McDonald, no score. 19, Dave Mears, 5 points. 33, Richard Smith, 6 points. 75, Lee Street, 8 points. 114, Stuart Mears, 4 points. 125, Martin Williams, no score. And 153, Thomas Cooper, no score. 3 points for number 59, Chris Pay. 123.02 was the time, 59.82 the average speed. So they get underway, and this certainly should be an interesting one. Charlie Saunders has made the best of the starts, and it's Charlie that gets to the front. Oh, you can see again the riders have gone out and got caught out on the damper stuff a bit further out. Oh, Charlie is back in second place, and all sorts of problems with Charlie Saunders. It is Tim Nobes that have come through on the inside of him. We've lost 2 riders on that bottom turn. I'm looking to see what the clerk of the course will make of it. One of those riders is up. Charlie Saunders is still down. But Tim Nobes it was that had taken over the lead before it was in fact stopped.
Oh baby, baby, it's Tuesday and I'm locked up, I'm in jail and I don't know what happened. They say I was.
I've just had a gentleman come in to see me to say thank you all very much indeed for taking up the offer to go and see the Eastbourne Eagles against Paul on that Monday the 12th. And for those of you that follow the racing events closely, you may well know that Martin Hagan is involved down there now. He's made a phone call to the circuit to say that, well, he really appreciates the fact there's going to be a lot of Grasstrack people going. So let them know, give them a cheer and a shout. And also, I've just been told that Rodney McDonald, who is riding here this afternoon, has been confirmed to be riding number 7 for Eastbourne on this Thursday night when they've got a meeting down there. So he's been elevated up to number 7 riding position. A real Grasstracker, Rodney McDonald, riding for Eastbourne Eagles. Great to see so many of you have taken up the offer of tickets being brought up here today. So the riders come to the line for this, the last of the qualifying ride for the 500 solo. They get underway. Tim Nobes has made a very good start. And he leans into that first turn. He's got the motor on and he flies around that first turn. Down the back straight he goes. Tim Nobes it is that leads comfortably now into this pit turn for the first time. One or two riders going very, very wide on that first turn. John Jeffries it is that's in that second place, riding number 4. But, well, I just wonder whether Tim Nobes will be able to keep this sort of form up for that big 6-lap final. I wonder how much the track will change as well. John Jeffries still there in second place. Number 47, Jason Hilliard, who hasn't scored too well earlier on. And John Jeffries, I was just looking at, actually has not scored the best of scores this afternoon. I'm not sure whether this one will just elevate him up into getting a qualifying place. One thing for sure though, we're going to be seeing Tim Nobes in the final. He's just got one more lap to complete. He's already had 2 wins and a second place. So if he can hopefully avoid our fallen rider, and he certainly was struggling to do that, so Tim Nobes goes off the circuit. Oh, that's interesting. So, race 45, the last of the qualifying rides for the 500 solo, and indeed the points from the top. Number 5, Matt Etherington, that gets 5 points. Number 12, Chris Watts, 4 points. Number 16, Tim Nobes, and that's the one we were waiting on the answer on. Yes, he was off the circuit, but he avoided a fallen rider. The clerk of the course has decided he will stay where he was. Tim Nobes gets a maximum, 10 points. Number 24, Adam Filmer, gets no score. Number 25, Carly Saunders, excluded from that rerun, no points. Number 47, Jason Hilliard, 6 points. Number 102, Luke Roberts, no score. Number 213, Terry Massingham, no part in the meeting due to mechanical problems, no score. And number 4, John Jeffries, 8 points for that second place. The winning time was 123.54, 58.73. That's the average speed. We now turn our attention to the 1000cc sidecars as I leave my lap scorers to work out who it is that's qualified for that big 500cc final. A lot of drama in those last 2 heats. Will Charlie Saunders qualify on 28 points? Well, and also I was questioning earlier whether 26 will be enough to qualify. For the moment though, we'll turn our attention to 1000cc sidecars, and the positions at the moment are that the only rider on a maximum is number 92, Paul Whitelam, and that's our Oh, I haven't even had a chance to check to see if they go in this one, but they're underway. Matt Fumarola I can see in there, but Rob Wilson I can also see in there, number 24, who's got himself to the front as they go up the back straight. Now, this could be interesting. Rob Wilson is on 20 points from 3 rides and needs to score well in this one. Oh, I'm sure they'd worked all that out, but Matt Fumarola has got a different way of looking at this one. He's come through on the inside, and Matt Fumarola, Andy Wilson on 28 points from 3 rides. Rob Wilson still there in second. Paul Whitelam in 3rd place at the moment, so they're taking points off for Whitelam. And as they go up the back straight, can Wilson get that lead back? He goes into that top corner with Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson looking comfortable. One more lap to go. Rob Wilson being pushed all the time by Paul Whitelam. And Colin Blackbourn is sitting there in 4th place. So I wonder if we're going to see all 4 of these riders back out for the final, because Matt Fumarola I'm sure will qualify as he goes over the line and takes the checker flag. Rob Wilson will get 8 points. We've got to wait to see whether that's going to be enough. Paul Whitelam with 6 points already on 36 overall. Pretty sure that's enough. Race 46 and the point scored for race 46 are a win for number 5, Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson, 10 maximum points. In second, but also scoring 8 points, number 24, Rob Wilson, Terry Saunders, 8 points. 25, Colin Blackbourn and Paul Whitelam Jr., 5 points. Number 92, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott, 6 points. 306, Mark Warren and Steve Henderson, 4 points. 514, Ryan Partridge and Anthony Grant, 3 points. The winning time was 119.35, 119.35, an average of 61.83. 61.83 they averaged. So we've already seen Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson move on to 38 points. Paul Whitelam move on to 36. Rob Wilson moves on to 28. 306 was Mark Warren, he was on 21 points before 25. Well, it's all getting very, very tight. Race 37 underway, and Miles Simmons has made a very good start. John Hiscock has gone with him. Well, it's all getting very tight on that first bend. Changes as they go up the back straight. Mark Cossar has got himself out in front. Now remember, Mark Cossar is on 20 points at the moment. He's only scored on 2 rides, so if he gets a maximum here, he's got maximum from 3 rides, which will put him on 30 points, which looks pretty positive. Miles Simmons out number 9 on 16 points, so looks like it's a bit of an impossible task for Miles. And there's all sorts of problems over there on that bottom turn. Mark Cossar coming round off that top turn, unaware of what's happened down there at the bottom. only coming to the line for this restart. Get underway. You can see that Mark Cossar has once again made a good start as he gets into the front going into that first turn. That's where he was before the race was stopped. So Mark Cossar working well off the start line and getting into that first turn. With passenger Tristan Winterburn, they get to the front. John Hiscock, who scored well earlier on this afternoon, is up in third place and looking to try and get that second from number 99, Pete Colvin. But at the moment, it's all eyes on Mark Cossar because he scored with his second and third ride maximum points. If he can do it the same again on this third ride, I'm pretty sure he's got his way into the final, which of course will be the advantage of having the opportunity of 4 legs, because you can, as now perhaps been proved, drop points in one ride and still make it to the final. So off that top turn they come, and Mark Cossar and Tristan Winterburn leading comfortably now from Pete Colvin and Shane Colvin, and 184 John Hiscock still sitting there in third place, and he's looking to try and have a challenge once again around that top turn. He's gone very, very wide, and I think he's let Jamie Bray come through on the inside of him. And he was looking to try and get that second place, and it may well have cost him. So race 47 then, the last ride for all of those competitors in their qualifying stage, and we start right at the top. Number 7 Paul Johnson, no show from him, 0 points. Number 9 Miles Simmons, unfortunately couldn't go out in the restart, no points scored. Number 37 Mark Cossar and Tristan Winterburn, 10 maximum points. Number 99 Pete Colvin and Steve Colvin, 8 points. Number 88 Jamie Bray and Ben Whitelam, 6 points. And number 184 John Hiscock and Simon Beanie, 5 points. The winning time was 119.84, 119.84, 61.45. Sidecars, they get underway, and as they go into that first turn, I think we've got 1 or 2 outfits caught together as they go into that first turn, but they separate themselves and up the back straight they go. And as they sort themselves out, they come into this top turn. Again, it all closes up, and out in the lead I can see outfit number 8, Phil Sims, but there's a lot of battling going on behind him. Oh, as they sort themselves out up that back straight, trying to work out who it is in third and fourth. I can see Andy Grimmel I've got in second place. 80 is Will Opham and Andy Wood in third spot, giving it up easily as they go round that top turn, staying on the racing line. Andy Grimmel's been forced to go a little bit wide. Will Opham follows him as well and stays out on that quicker, wider line. And as they go up the back straight, it is Phil Sims that's still got the lead. Roy Spreadbury in that fourth place at the moment. But as the checkered flag goes, it's going to be first win of the afternoon for Phil Sims and Gareth Bemister. So the last of the qualifying rides, that was race 48 in your programme, and it was indeed 8 points scored for outfit number 3, Andy Gribble and Dave Williams. Number 8, Phil Sims and Gareth Bemister, a terrific ride from them, maximum 10 points. We go all the way then down to number 43, Roy Spreadbury and Garth Little, 5 points scored. 80, Will Offen and Andy Wood, 6 points. 1, 2, 4, Mark Heatley and Martin Davis, 3 points. Right the way down the bottom of the page to 30, Stephen Blythe and Jason Gill, that's 4 points. The winning time was 1:19.84, 61.45 they averaged, as we now quickly try and work out who it is that qualifies for the 1000cc final. I can quickly give you the qualifiers for the final of the 1000cc left-hand sidecars. Back to page 5, race 49, the left-hand sidecar final. This is over 6 laps, and it will be competed by the top point scorer into the final. Number 128, Martin Cuff and Steve North. Number 142, second qualified to the final, Terry Nicholas and Michael Raymond. Number 22, Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw. Number 113, Mike Downs and Mike Arley. Number 25, he made it to the final, Tony Penfold and Tom Penfold. Number 126, Danny Holman and Paul Stybrecht. Those should be the 6 finalists that are on that start line. Remember, 6 laps to complete over. Martin Cuff impressively has taken this wide outside gate. Starter happy, move forward, upgrade the pace to get underway, and Martin Cuff has made a terrific start. Well, he's cut right across the racing line of everybody else. He's got himself out in front, and Martin Cuff looks determined to make this one his. He's got a long, long way to go. It's number 22, Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw in second place to them. And as Martin Cuff has gone very wide, Will Penfold gets closer to him. 113, Mick Downs and Mick Arling have got into third place, and then you've got 3 outfits together in that 4th, 5th and 6th place. But Martin Cuff and Steve North away from the rest of the field. It's just a question of time for them as they come round off that bottom turn. Oh, yeah. The racing seems to be going on a little bit further down the field as Tony Penfold looks to be working his way through after a disastrous start for him. And a battle now going on for second place as 113, Mick Downs and Mick Arling move through in the second, but they've gone wide on that bottom turn. Will Penfold moves through on the inside of them. They're together as they come past me. Oh, Danny Holman is in that 4th place, but Tony Penfold comes through and takes 4th. So, he gets it taken away from him again though as he moves back into 5th. But Martin Cuff in terrific form. Really put his command on this one right from the very start. He had choice of gate because he was the top points qualifier. He chose the outside gate, which was a bit of a surprise to me, but he knew exactly what he was doing. He got himself into the middle of that first turn, way out in front of everybody else. And as he comes round off that bottom turn, 5 laps completed, the last lap goes out. Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw look to have secured that second place. So what potentially was a lot of changing earlier on in the back of the field seems to have levelled itself out now as we watch them come round off that bottom turn. Our first big winner of the afternoon and picking up first place in the left-hand sidecars, outfit number 128. That is indeed Martin Cuff and Steve North. Well, indeed, so congratulations to the riders that are coming round to greet your appreciation, and I'll give you the official result, and you'll see in the new format of programme, the left-hand sidecar final, you can put the positions in the boxes to the right-hand side where they're listed. Number 128, Martin Cuff and Steve North, qualified as top point scorers, they finish in first place. Number 142, Terry Nichols, finished in 6th place. Number 22, Will Penfold, finished in 2nd. Number 113, Mick Downs and Mick Arling, finished in 3rd place. Number 25, Tony Penfold, finished in 5th. And number 126, Danny Holman, finished in 4th. The winning time was 2:14.25, 2:14.25. 54.83 the average speed. So we've already got the riders coming to the line for the upright final, and your qualifiers are number 63, Carl Russian, number 82, Chris Still, number 74, Robin Pilcher, number 1, Peter Barker, number 43, Stuart Allen, 103, Phil Creswell, 152, Aaron Vale, 11, Nick Cook. That should be the lineup of 10 riders coming to the line. Oh, 8 riders, I'm corrected. 8 riders coming to the line. Oh, it looks as if we've got problems getting Peter Barker's bike right going. Oh, the clerk of the course, I'm sure, giving him the full 2 minutes to try and get the machinery going. Lap final for the 500cc upright, and quickly they sort themselves out on that first turn. It does look like Carl Russian's got away, but is that Robin Pilcher coming after him though as they go into that bottom turn? Well, they both drift out wide, the rest of the field follow them. We've lost one rider on that bottom turn. And Robin Pilcher it is that's just battling with Carl Russian as they go down that back straight. No. We watch to see them sort themselves out down the bottom there, and Carl Russian now has got himself in front of Robin Pilcher. Chris Steele is coming through in 3rd place. Number 103 is Phil Creswell. He's in 4th spot at the moment. And it's always pressure for the rider that qualifies through on maximum points. Can he produce it again in the final? At the moment it looks to be going Carl Russian's way, but Robin Pilcher's not far away from him. Well, the two of them almost together as they go into that top turn. And I just wonder whether either one of them will get a little bit tired. Well, Robin Pilcher having a go once again. Oh, that, by my reckon, is completing 4 laps. That would have been normally when they were finishing. And Carl Russian still holding that lead, but only just from Robin Pilcher. These two have been picking points off each other all afternoon. Chris Still right up there in that 3rd place. And the last lap flag is gone, so that's the completing of 5 laps. 1 more lap to go. Has Robin Pilcher got it left in him to have a go on that last turn? Carl Russian accelerates down the back straight. He wants to make this one his. Oh, Chris Steele has closed up as well in that 3rd place. And it looks to be how they're going to finish, because they come across the line with Carl Russian taking the win, Robin Pilcher in 2nd and Chris Steele in 3rd. Number 1, Pete Barker, nose finish. Number 43, Stuart Allen, 5th place. Number 103, Phil Criswell, 4th place. Number 152, Aaron Vale, 7th place. Number 11, Mike Cook, we didn't see, but the reserve, number 51, finished with 6th place. So the winning time was 2:08.18, 2:08.18, 57.43. So the 500cc sidecar, race 51 in your programme, the qualifiers, and indeed the top point scoring qualifier, number 72, Sean Harvey and Danny Hogg. Second to them is number 4, they get second choice of gate, Simon Baird and Mark Kearns. Third qualifier is number 21, Nick Radley and Abby Radley. Had to wait until their 4th ride till they got a win this afternoon. Number 418, Chris Salisbury and Mike Tompkins. Number 7, Barry Bennett and Ivan Hughes. Number 44, Gary Southgate and Lauren Pearson. So those are the riders that come to the line for the 500cc final. Starters happy with them, they get underway. Sean Harvey's made a very good start as they go into that first turn. Nick Radley's right there with him. Keith Baird is on the outside of Nick Radley. Those three, as they come out of that first turn, go down the back straight, and it's Sean Harvey and Danny Hogg that have got away. Nick Radley, followed by Keith Baird in that third spot. The three of them open up as they go into that bottom turn. 3 different lines around that bottom turn, but Sean Harvey has made the best of it. Chris Salisbury's now got in on the action as well. He's moved up into 3rd place. But it is Sean Harvey and Danny Hogg that they've got the lead as they go down the back straight. Can Keith Baird and Mark Kearns catch them? They look to be absolutely flying, but I'm not convinced that there is one line round that bottom turn. Oh, Keith Baird it is that pulls up in 2nd place. Nick Radley and Abby Radley still there in 3rd. And I'm sure they're watching the same as I am, that you can see Sean Harvey is questioning what line to take round that bottom turn. He goes in very, very tight, but he locks up in the middle of the turn and then turns himself back hard. He scrubs the speed off, and it means that he's then got to power it up the straight. Now as Keith Baird got an answer to that, as he goes round that top turn and down the back straight, there's a little bit of a gap developing. Sean Harvey and Danny Hogg putting the pressure on. Maximum points to get into this final. They knew it was going to be a long 6 laps. Nick Radley starting to close the gap on Keith Baird. Those 3 away from 4th place now, Barry Bennett. And is this going to be the 3 that become the 1, 2, 3 as they cross the finishing line? They've got 1 more lap to go. Sean Harvey and Danny Hogg doing everything right at the moment. Keith Baird and Mark Kearns still there in 2nd. Nick Radley and Abby Radley, no answer to those front 2, as they've got just the last corner to negotiate. It will be the checker flag this time, and we see that checker flag going to 1st place finish for number 72, Sean Harvey, Danny Hogg. 2nd place took Simon Baird and Mark Kearns. 3rd place, Nick Radley and Abby Radley. Well done to the 500cc sidecar class as they come round to receive your congratulations. A terrific ride there from Sean Harvey and Danny Hogg. Oh, they've got a big meeting up at the High Easter Circuit next weekend. I'm sure these guys have valued the practice they've had here today. They know who they've got to beat in terms of English competition, but of course next weekend they're up against the best of Europe. We've got the Mathiasens coming over, Detts are coming over, all of those top 500cc sidecar riders to the High Easter Circuit. That's Sunday the 27th up there near Chelmsford, High Easter, for that big sidecar meeting next Sunday. So, race 51, your result for the sidecar final was indeed a win for number 72, Sean Harvey and Danny Hogg, position 1st place. Number 4, Simon Baird and Mark Kearns, 2nd place. Number 21, Nick Radley and Abby Radley, 3rd place. Number 418, Chris Salisbury, 5th place. Number 7, Barry Bennett, 4th place. And number 44, Gary Southgate, 6th place. The winning time was 2:01.02, 2:01.02, 60.83. We now turn the page to the big 500cc solo final, and who would you tip? The top points qualifier was number 16, Tim Nobes. He's joined by number 15, Martin Sturgeon. By number 33, Richard Smith. 711, Darren Pugh. 25, Charlie Saunders. 125, Martin Williams. Number 9, Mitch Godden. Number 4, John Jeffries. And I'm just quickly looking to see whether we've got 125. There was a question over that. Yes, he's right on the inside. That's Martin Williams. Well, maybe he had problems, or maybe he calculated that he was already in the final. We never saw him in his last qualifying ride. Now, interestingly, Tim Nobes is taking a very wide starting line. Martin Sturgeon made a good start. Mitch Godden's made a good start. Mitch Godden gets to the front as they go into that first turn. Martin Sturgeon goes round the outside. He's gone very wide. Gets the lead as he goes down the back straight. But it is Martin Sturgeon that gets to the front. Mitch Godden's in second. We lose a rider on that bottom turn. Well, Mitch Godden's been forced to go very wide, but it is Martin Sturgeon that has got the lead. Well, I can see that Tim knows it is that's down on that bottom turn, and the red flag has been put out, both rider and machinery down on that bottom turn. Oh, disappointment for Martin Sturgeon. He had a terrific start there, but Tim Nobes unfortunately pushing it hard to try and get round and in contention. Chance for me to make my list of winners for the presentation of the other classes, and if you want to join us, we'll get the riders over here as soon as we can. And riders, if you finished in the top three of any class, if you could make it over here to receive your trophies as soon as possible. And obviously we won't keep people hanging around. We know people have got long journeys to make, so if you finish in the top three, try and make your way over here as soon as you can. We'll get on with the presentations as soon as we possibly get all the information collated. But of course, before then, we don't know who's going to pick up the trophies for the 500 solo and 1000cc sidecar. And indeed, the riders come to the line, and we're looking, of course, to clear on that second Tim Nobes, and no Tim Nobes. Can Martin Sturgeon do it again? He goes round the outside, and Martin Sturgeon has got to the front. Mitch Godden and Richard Smith are the riders in pursuit as they go down that back straight. Richard Smith breaks away from Mitch Godden and gets himself into second, but Mitch is right there with him. They go very wide on that bottom turn. Martin Sturgeon has still got the whole position though. Darren Pugh is now trying to get in on the action as well as John Jeffries. But Martin Sturgeon is away from the rest of the field. Can he make this one here as he goes down the back straight? Richard Smith, the very experienced Richard Smith, sitting there in second place. Mitch Godden in third place, looks to try and come through on the inside. That was a much better line round that bottom turn for Mitch. Darren Pugh still there in fourth place, but he's got John Jeffries breathing all over him at the moment. And Mitch Godden moves through into second place. Martin Sturgeon has got problems. Martin Sturgeon has got problems. Richard Smith has gone very wide. Mitch Godden's putting the pressure on him as Mitch Godden comes round the inside of him. Darren Pugh has moved up into third. Real disappointment for Martin Sturgeon. He's pulled out to the far side, and Richard Smith has taken over again though. So three riders together. Darren Pugh trying to get in on the action as well. Mitch Godden tries to come back at Richard Smith. This perhaps is the beauty of 6-lap finals. It's a long way to go. Darren Pugh has moved up into second. Mitch Godden tries to come back at him though. Mitch Godden wants that second place back. He's sitting in third place at the moment. Richard Smith has got it going down the back straight. He's got the lead. John Jeffries trying to come at Mitch Godden as he goes into this, as they will see the last lap flag this time as they come round, and Mitch Godden has put it down. Mitch Godden goes down on that pit turn after all those early battles. Richard Smith now comfortably holding that lead. Good to see Mitch Godden back up and on his machinery. but he looks as if he's not going to be on full racing speed. As they go towards the checkered flag, it's a good ride from Richard Smith. He gets the win. It's going to be close for second. Very, very close for second. John Jeffries just coming through on the inside. Wait to see what the line judge made of that one. But one thing for sure, Richard Smith, he gets the win. So let's give you those finishing positions. As indeed, we start from the top. Number 16, that was Tim Nobes, no finish. Number 15, Martin Sturgeon, no finish. Number 33, Richard Smith, first place. Number 711, Darren Pugh, second place. Number 25, Charlie Saunders, fourth place. Number 125, Martin Williams, fifth place. Number 9, Mitch Godden, sixth place. And number 4, John Jeffries, third place. So very, very tight for that second and third, but Darren Pugh just getting it. The winning time was 1:21.82. No, it wasn't. That was one I should have used earlier on. That didn't cross out. So the winning time was 2:00.6. 2:00.6. Averaging 61.31. 61.31 they averaged. And coming to the line, we've got outfit number 5, first choice of gate. That goes to Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson. Number 92, that's Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. Number 37 ended up qualifying as third top qualifier. That's number 37, Mark Cossar and Tristan Winterburn. Number 25 is Colin Blackbourn and Paul Whitelam Jr. Number 24 is Rob Wilson and Terry Saunders. Number 88, Jamie Bree and Ben Whitelam. So Matt Fumarola has decided to take what is, to look of it, gate 5. He wants to be on the racing line, which I must admit has been where a lot of the starts have been coming from. But of course you've always got the risk that Paul Whitelam has rightly come just inside Matt Fumarola. He's taken gate 4.
Down corridors through automatic doors. Got to get through. Got to see this through. I see hope is here in a plastic.
There the starters calling the riders into line as Rob Wilson was in fact fifth choice of gate. I think he's gone for the outside, he's gone for gate 6. Matt Fumarola, first choice of gate, took gate 5, remember. Mark Cossar just coming into gate 3, just inside Paul Whitelam. Colin Blackbourn has taken 2. Jamie Bree taken number 1. So 6 very quick outfits. 6 laps to remember once again. This 1000cc sidecar final. Rob Wilson not quite happy with where he was, pulls back, lines up again. So, the starter's happy. They get underway. Paul Whitelam has made an absolute flyer of a start. But Paul Whitelam really did get away out of the box and indeed gets into that first turn in first place. Mark Cossar is the only rider that's anywhere near him. Paul Whitelam leading as they go into that top turn for the first time. It all closes up. Matt Fumarola trying to close up on Mark Cossar. Colin Blackbourn has come through on the inside of him though and gone into third place. He gets closer and closer to Mark Cossar, pushing Mark Cossar hard, pushing him onto the back wheel of Paul Whitelam as they go up that back straight. Those 4 have got away from the rest of the field as they close up again in this top turn. Paul Whitelam's got to set the pace. He's got to set the direction. He's gone very wide on that top turn. It looked like there were big gaps on the inside of him. Mark Cossar looks to be going for it, but I suspect that the surface is very, very slick. You can see Mark Cossar spun coming out of that bottom turn. Matt Fumarola's trying to have a go round the outside of Colin Blackbourn, but no joy in that direction. But it's Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott that lead right from the very start, and they've stayed there. Mark Cossar and Tristan Winterburn trying everything they possibly can. They look to go wide. No, they've cut back in again, and they've tried to stay tight. I think they're conscious of the fact that Paul Whitelam is choosing to go on these wide lines. They're trying to get more speed on a tighter line, but there's no joy at the moment. Colin Blackbourn can see what's going on. He knows that Mark Cossar is losing grip when he loses that back wheel to spin coming out of the turns. And Colin Blackbourn will looking to capitalise on that. He wants to keep the drive on. You can see he's very, very close to the back wheel of Mark Cossar. Well, those two almost together. Matt Fumarola looks to have lost the fight with those three. Colin Blackbourn looking to have a go. He's gone wide this time. He knows he's tried the inside. He'll cut back in again. But he's driving hard all the way around the outside. His checkered flag this time. Paul Whitelam takes it. Mark Cossar in second. Colin Blackbourn in third. That's the 1, 2, 3. Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson finishing in fourth. Oh, a great ride from Paul Whitelam and passenger Alan Elliott as they've looked strong all afternoon. Mark Cossar and Tristan Winterburn qualified the hard way. They could only qualify on the 3-point scoring riders. They got wins. But what a taster for the rest of the season. A fantastic race meeting here. If you've got to get off quickly and get on the motorways and get away, have a very safe journey home. Hope you've enjoyed the racing. There was a lot of classes today, a lot of races to get through. Everybody that's been part of it this afternoon, the competitors, the officials and the organisers, I shouldn't forget. A fantastic race meeting. Let's give you the official result of the 1000cc sidecar final. From the very top, outfit number 5, Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson finished in 4th. Number 92, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott finished in 1st. Number 37, that's Mark Cossar and Tristan Winterburn, they finished in 2nd. Number 25, Colin Blackbourn and Paul Whitelam Jr., they finish in 3rd place. Number 24, Rob Wilson and Terry Saunders finish in 5th. Number 88, Jamie Bree and Ben Whitelam finish in 6th place. The winner's time was 158.31. It means they were averaging 62.22. So 158.31, averaging 62.22. That's our final winners of the afternoon. But I was going to ask just quickly, have you enjoyed the racing this afternoon?
I have, yes, very good. I've seen some very good racing. It's first time here.
Your first time at Grasstrack, your
Yeah.
first time at Tunbridge. Oh, well done. So we hope to see you back again?
Oh yeah, you will see me back again.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, you've got to tell the rest of the staff about it. So, right, a lot of hard racing. We start with the first event of the day. It was the left-hand sidecar. 1000cc, of course. We start with 3rd place as always, and we'll work our way up to the winners. We start then with outfit number 113, finishing in 3rd place, Mick Downs and Mick Arling.
Well done.
There we go, they got one each. Joining them up there on the rostrum, we bring up here, finishing in 2nd place, again after a lot of hard racing, Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw.
Well done. Cheers, thanks.
There we go, thank you very much.
Good
Thank you guys, if you take your place up there in 2nd place, and we call up the winners of the first event of the day, the left-hand sidecars. They won it by qualifying on top points. They've done it the hard way all the way through the race programme. They led from start to finish in the final. It is, of course, Martin Cuff and Steve North.
This is Mark. Thank you very much. It's a nice trophy. Yeah, big mate. Cheers, mate. Good out.
Well, you know, you're not going to get away with it that easy. I'm going to have a quick word with you because obviously a hard day's racing, but Martin, enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah. Good conditions, bikes on song. Yeah. Climbing.
A very happy man by the look of it.
Yeah.
He's going all right then?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good enough. You've got a lot of big meetings coming up, I know. The very best of luck for the rest of the season. A good start. The 1, 2, 3 then, a big round of applause for Mick Downs and Mick Garling. Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw at the number 1 spot in the left-hand sidecars to Martin Cup and Steve Moore. That's it, the photos are done. Thank you guys. Right, we move on to the class that I know a lot of riders talk about in the background. They persuade clubs to run events for them, but they keep the machinery going. The 500cc upright class, finishing in 3rd place. It looked like he was going to get better and better as the day went on. Chris Still.
Well done, cheers, thanks.
250 Chris.
Oh no, might have to change, eh?
Right, he goes up in 3rd place. Then we call up in 2nd place, and he pushed the eventual winner all the way in the final, but 2nd place it ended up being for Robin Pilcher.
Hello, Robert. Cheers.
Well done, Robin, if you can take place up on the rostrum. It means then that we call up number 1 once again in the 500 upright, terrific riding all day long. He was most definitely the man to beat this afternoon, but he made sure he didn't get beaten. He's won the final. Well done indeed to Carl Russian.
Well done, Carl.
Well done, Carl. You're not going to get away without a quick word, because obviously it's a great circuit and you must have enjoyed it out this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. It was just nice to get back to the season and get everything running and make sure the bikes are doing what they should be doing, really.
And in a nutshell, I'd say they did.
They seemed to, we chewed 3 spark plugs in practice, so they didn't start too well, but it finished better.
Well done indeed. The 1, 2, 3 then in the 500 upright. Let's give them a big round of applause. It's Chris Still in 3rd, Robin Pilcher in 2nd, and Carl Russian. Well, thanks for you guys. They take the trophies home as we now move on to the 500cc sidecar, who are always telling me they love to ride here at Tunbridge. Finishing in 3rd place after a lot of hard riding, Nick Radley and Abby Radley. Not Brother Shire, that's
Just getting dressed again. How about that? Oh, you get a kiss. Thank you very much. Cheers.
It's the other one.
Oh, one each.
One each.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, one each. No,
Lovely. Cheers.
Oh, I want you on the podium.
On the podium, right. Go on then.
Right, we've got 3rd place, let's move on to 2nd place, and I think the question marks were being asked as the afternoon went on, which one of these 2 crews was going to do it. Well, it ended up in 2nd place, a lot of hard riding once again from Simon Baird and Mark Cairns.
Very much. You all right? Well done, fella.
Well done, Simon. If you take your place up on the roster, it means then that we call up the winners of the 500cc sidecar, and I don't think anybody would doubt the fact, very worthy winners this afternoon. From start to finish in the final, they made it theirs. It is, of course, Sean Harvey and Danny Hall.
Very much. Cheers. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Now, I don't know whether I should embarrass you or not, Sean, but somebody said I should have called you Porky. Now, I don't know where that goes to or where it comes from or whatever, but you obviously admitted to it. A good day's racing.
Yeah, it's very good, yeah. I enjoyed it.
Enjoyed this circuit?
Yeah, I do, yeah. It's very good, yeah.
You're not going to give me a lot, are you? Obviously that machinery's in good condition.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with it. We tried new headstock and forks today and it worked out really well.
Well done indeed. Well, Danny, I will bring you in quickly because it's a great circuit, isn't it, for 500 chairs?
Yeah, it's very much so. It's a shame they had to put some water down. It did spoil it, but they had to do it, I suppose, for the spectators' point of view. But we rode well. We pushed hard all the way by Simon all day long, to be fair. He's riding really well, same as Nick and Abby. She's coming on leaps and bounds over the last few weeks. So we just got to keep her one step ahead of the game now.
Well, you have indeed, and I certainly know who to talk to in the future.
Yes, right.
Well done indeed then to the 1, 2, 3 and the 500 sidecars. Nick Radley and Abby Radley, Simon Baird and Mark King, Sean Harvey and Danny Hogg. Is that the new slim version? Well, you got a wide angle camera. Oh, all the old ones are the best, aren't they? Thank you guys, well done indeed to the 500 Sidecars.
And girl.
A lot of good racing, and ladies.
And ladies.
500 solo there, and I tell you there's been a lot of hard racing in the other classes. Well, what a line-up we had this afternoon. I wonder if anybody would have predicted this 1, 2, 3. Because can you believe that finishing in second and third, the riders came here today as reserves. They didn't even have a guaranteed ride this afternoon. So I think an extra round of applause and a very well done to number 4 he rode this afternoon, John Jeffries.
I'd have sworn I passed him on the line.
Thank you very much.
Right on indeed,
I got
John.
second.
He thinks he should have had second. It was obviously a close run thing. But number 711 finished in second, and it is, of course, Darren Pugh.
Having a bigger wheel.
There's obviously a bit of technical argument going on here. He obviously runs a bigger wheel, which obviously gave me the advantage crossing the line. Right, it means then that we've got one more place to fill. That, of course, was a very well-rode final. He had a lot of work to do, a lot of battles to win, but he got there. He's got first place. Well done indeed to Richard Smith.
Thank you.
Well, Richard, you're not going to run up there straight away. I want a quick word, because obviously when I spoke to you this morning, we talked about the fact that, you know, a new season, you've got a few dates booked abroad, but you must be happy with the day.
Yeah, I was in that final. It was a bit patchy, and can't believe that I won it, really. Everyone was going everywhere, and a few people pulled out, and just had the luck, really. So it's the way it goes.
Well, we always say that you need a bit of luck in motor racing, but a very, very good ride this afternoon, and you obviously suited the conditions.
Well, I did in the final, I suppose, but it was just a bit patchy, and, you know, that's the way it goes.
Well, it is indeed. So well done, Richard. You go up in the first place. Let's give a big round of applause for 1, 2, 3, and the 500 solo, John Jeffries, Darren Pugh, and Richard Smith. So it means that as the solo boys make their way down back off the stage, we've got the 1000cc sidecars to go, and it was an excellent entry this afternoon. There was a lot of hard racing in the very early heats. It all came through though. We got the qualifiers for the final. We finished up with third place, Colin Blackbourn and Paul Whitelam Jr.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well done, Paul.
Cheers.
Well done, matey. Good way to start. Well done. So, finishing second place, and well, what can I say, but I have to say that they had to fight the hard way for it. They got no score at all in their first ride. They then come through with 3 straight wins. It meant they were in the final. Didn't quite make it in the final, but a very creditable second place. Mark Cossar and Tristan Winterburn.
Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.
Well done, guys, a lot of hard riding, and of course when you win a class as strong as it was today, it makes the win so much better. It was a great final. They won it from start to finish. A great ride, and we wonder what else they're going to do this season for Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. I think you're training young there. At the end of the day, you go up the steps and collect the trophies. Well, Paul, quick word. I mean, great day's racing and a terrific final.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The track was very difficult, very slick in places, but it was really good, so I enjoyed it.
And I don't know where you got that energy from and saw that start gate go, but you got away from everybody, didn't you?
I think the clutch slipped out of my hand, actually.
Well done indeed. A fantastic ride this afternoon for Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. They got the first place in the 1000cc sidecars. So a big round of applause to Colin Blackbourn and Paul Whitelam Jr., Mark Cossar and Tristan Winterburn, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. And as all the last photographs are taken, it only remains for me to say thank you all very much indeed for supporting the presentation. A great day's racing, a lot of races to get through. Our thanks to all the sponsors and all the people that advertised here this afternoon. Well done to everybody, have a safe journey home. We've got a packed programme during May, we'll be all over the country, but I hope to see you at a Grasstrack soon. And I hope you've enjoyed the day's racing. The beer tent is still open.
Both of them close together as they come past me. Carl Rushton obviously with problems, constantly looking down at machinery. He's lost the lead to Peter Barker, but he gets it back again. Good scrap between these two as they come round that bottom turn once again. Both going wide, and Peter Barker puts it down. It's tight for second place. It's all very, very tight. Tony Cook looks to have made a good start on the outside. He's got two crews on the inside of him. They break now going down the back straight. Sean Harvey makes the best of it into that bottom turn. Tony Cook is trying to come back at them. All three of those outfits almost together as they went into that pit turn. Had to work for it round that first turn. And it's Mitch Godden has made the best of the starts. Mitch Godden goes to that turn, but Martin Williams has gone around the outside of him. We watch them break away. Oh, we got three riders together going around that first turn. They're swapping and changing all the way round. Just made the best of the starts. Paul Whitelam's made a good one. He's slotted into second place, but has to go wide. He's let outfits through on the inside of him. He'll try and fight back going up the back straight. He's moved through on the inside of Mark Cossar to get himself up into second place. Goes wide. Mark Cossar comes back at him, and Mark Cossar has got up the inside of him. Well, it's all very, very close for that third place. And Paul Whitelam's looking to have a go. There's three outfits together, and I think that's Danny Holman that goes through. I think, oh, Danny having a chance to look over his shoulder. Well, he didn't look well enough because you can see he's had a change come through on the inside of him. But Sean Harvey's getting closer now as they get into this pit turn. Has he found a way through? Looks to keep tight and comes up the inside of Chris Salisbury. Oh, we get underway and we've got a big lift. So we get underway with Martin Sturgeon getting to the front. It is Martin Williams, who had a win first time out, who's got the lever. Tim Nobes is trying to go around the outside of him. Martin gets it all sideways. And is that Peter Barker that's coming through in the middle of those two? Peter Barker goes very, very wide. Aaron Bell tries to come underneath him, and Aaron has put it down. What was third place, but he's looking for second, and Mitch puts it down. Charlie Saunders again attacks on the entrance of the bend. Goes in very, very quickly into that top turn. Matt Fumarola let him go, and he's come through on the inside. Terry Nicholas again forcing Tony Penfold to go very, very wide. Again, you can see exactly what happened there. Mitch Godden seems to have the better run out of that top turn. He goes in very, very low in this bottom turn. He's drifting out wide, and you can see the back wheel's trying to overtake the front wheel. Oh, Charlie is back in second place, and all sorts of problems with Charlie Saunders. And there's all sorts of problems over there on that bottom turn with 1000cc sidecars. They get underway, and as they go into that first turn, I think we've got one or two outfits caught together as they go into that first turn. And a battle now going on for second place as 113, Mick Downs and Mick Arling move through in the second, but they've gone wide on that bottom turn. Will Penfold moves through on the inside of them. They're together as they come past me. I just wonder whether either one of them will get a little bit tired. Well, Robin Pilcher having a go once again. Started happy with him. They get underway. Sean Harvey's made a very good start as they go into that first turn. Nick Radley's right there with him. Keith Baird is on the outside of Nick Radley. Those three, as they come out of that first turn, go down the back straight, and it's Sean Harvey and Danny Hogg that have got away. It will be the checkered flag this time, and we see that checkered flag going to first place finish for number 72, Sean Harvey, Danny Hogg. Second place took Simon Baird and Mark Cairns. Third place, Nick Radley and Abby Radley. Very wide starting line. Martin Sturgeon made a good start. Mitch Godden's made a good start. Mitch Godden gets to the front as they go into that first turn. Martin Sturgeon goes round the outside. He's gone very, very wide. But it is Martin Sturgeon that gets to the front. Mitch Godden's in second. We lose a rider on that bottom turn. No Tim Modes. Can Martin Sturgeon do it again? He goes round the outside, and Martin Sturgeon has got to the front. Mitch Godden and Richard Smith are the riders in pursuit as they go down that back straight. But Mitch Godden moves through into second place. Martin Sturgeon has got problems. Martin Sturgeon has got problems. Real disappointment for Martin Sturgeon. He's pulled out to the far side, and Richard Smith is taken over again, though. Mitch Godden tries to come back at him, though. Mitch Godden wants that second place back, as they will see the last lap flag this time as they come round, and Mitch Godden has put it down. As they go towards the checkered flag, it's a good ride from Richard Smith. He gets the win. It's going to be close for second. very, very close for second. The starter's happy. They get underway. Paul Whitelam has made an absolute flyer of a start. But Paul Whitelam really did get away out of the box and indeed gets into that first turn in first place. Mark Cossar is the only rider that's anywhere near him for the first time. It all closes up. Matt Fumarola trying to close up on Mark Cossar. Mark Cossar looks to be going for it. He wants to keep the drive on. You can see he's very, very close to the back wheel of Mark Cossar. Colin Blackbourn looking to have a go. He's gone wide this time. He knows he's tried the inside. He'll cut back in again. But he's driving hard all the way around the outside. He's checkered flag this time. Paul Whitelam takes it. Mark Cossar in second. Colin Blackbourn in third.
And I don't know where you got that energy from and saw that start gate go, but you got away from everybody, didn't you?
I think the clutch slipped out of my hand actually.
Well done indeed. A fantastic ride this afternoon for Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. They got the first place in the 1000cc sidecars. So a big round of applause to Colin Blackbourn and Paul Whitelam Jr., Mark Cossar and Tristan Winterburn, Paul Whitelam and